one of the tech coaches, Ali, will do the introduction into the MON H5P environment. We'll tell you exactly what H5P is and how you can use it, because sometimes people, when they hear the phrase H5P, they think, oh my God, what is it? Some kind of coding language. I have nothing to do with it. I cannot use that in my courses. It's not as difficult as it may seem. It's pretty easy. So what is it about? It's about creating interactive objects for your teaching/learning experiences and using them in your courses, integrating them into your Brightspace course site. So that's what it is about. So we will show you examples of H5P objects / interactive activities that tech coaches and CITL staff members have created to demonstrate how they can be used in Brightspace courses. We will show you how to create an H5P object in the MON environment. And also, after that, we will tell you actually how we are going to help you, what kind of supports are going to be available for the participants of the event throughout the week. And now I'm going to hand it over to Ali, who will start the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our event. I am Ali. So first, I would like to show you two examples of H5P objects, so you know what is an H5P object and why you should use it. Then I will introduce MON H5P resources where you can create and store H5P objects. And finally, I'm going to show you how you can easily embed those objects in Brightspace, okay? Okay, this is the Brightspace course for H5P Create-a-thon. After this event, you will have access to many H5P objects created by learning technology coaches for you. So you can interact with those objects and get some ideas for creating your own H5P object. Under computer engineering, you will find two HTML files. So one of them is a computer lab for a digital image processing course. And we usually provide some instructions for students and one input image, and we ask them to apply those instructions or algorithms on this input image. And we also provide the final result for them. So this is the final result or the output image. Although I could just copy and paste these two images, the input and the output or the final result, but H5P actually let me to overlap these two images. So you can see I overlap these two images for students. So now they can move this slider to the left and right, and they know if they apply, for example, the algorithm on this clock tower, after that, they should only have the edges. So I use H5P object to help students to understand the concept better. And also I make my online content more interesting for them. So like that, I can engage students in this activity better. And the other example is a self-assessment. So is this one? Here I ask the students to review the color and light fundamentals and take the following self-assessment. And this is another H5P object. And you know this is H5P object from this logo here. Okay, and this is called, the type of object is interactive book. So a student click on read. And then here we have different pages on the left side. And in each page we have an H5P object. This is another H5P object. It's called find the hotspot. And here I ask the students which visible light has a wavelength of about 700 nanometer. So I don't want to make it technical, but this is visible lights, lights that we can see as humans. So if they click on this color, this is not correct, and they can try it again. And finally, if they click on red color, that's the correct answer. So because they are interacting with this H5P object, they can memorize it much better. And the other example is drag and drop, which is one of the most popular one. And basically we have some locations And students, they need to drag images or text to the correct location. So here, for example, we have mixture of light. And as we know, red color, red light, green light, and blue light, if we combine those, it's going to be white. So they need to drag it here. And the other one is mixture of pigments. So they need to drag it here. And now I click on check. So I got 2 points for these two. And this H5P object provide automatically a summary for students so they know what they did in this assessment. Okay, so that was just an example. And now I would like to show you, introduce Mon H5P resources. This is Mon H5P resources. If you go to this address, you will see different H5P accounts. If you have an account, you should be able to find your name here. Although, for example, this is my account. Although you can see my H5P objects and even reuse them, but you are not allowed to modify them. And if you don't want anyone sees your objects, you have the option to hide it. And I will show you how you can do it. So you cannot see this one, okay? So now let's log in. On the top right corner, we have login. If you click on it, and if you requested an H5P account, you should have a username and password. Just enter it here and log in. If you don't have one yet, Sarah will show you how you can request an H5P account. Okay, so I'm going to log in. Okay, so this is my H5P resources. And to make sure you are on the right page, always check for this turn editing on button, because sometimes when you log in, you actually land in the dashboard page, which is this one. If you are here, on the right side, we have navigation, and on the bottom, you can find your name. Click on it, again, you are here. So here, as you can see, I have different topics or categories, and under each category, I have different objects. The first thing we need to do, click on turn editing on. Then here, I have the option to add more topics. If I click on it, I can specify how many more topics I need. So here I'm going to add one more topics. I can simply click on this pen and change its name, for example, to H5P example. Okay, and then enter. So if you want to create your H5P object under this category, we have add an activity or resource here. If you want to create it under this one, we have also this option here. And it doesn't really matter because you always can move these objects to different categories. Okay, so now I click on this. We have a window here and we have two options. They are almost the same, but I recommend the black one. It's easier to use. And before I click on this one, we have some useful information for us here. The most important part is actually here. Note that it is currently possible for people with programming skills to cheat in H5P interactions and obtain the full score without knowing the correct answers. H5Ps must not be used for exams or similar. Okay, so although you can use it for self-assessment. Okay, I'm going to click on the black icon now. Before creating any object, we have a description here, but I recommend instead of adding your description here, add your description or instructions for students in the Brightspace before embedding your object. And after this description, so this description is optional. After this description, we have editor, which has two parts, okay? One is create content and the other one is upload. So create content and upload. The upload section is really simple. If you downloaded or copy an object from other resources, you can always upload it here and save it. I will show you where you can download it or copy it. And the other section is create content, which lets us to create 45 different H5P objects. So the first one I already show you is image juxtaposition, is this one. And the other one is interactive book. So if you want to create, you just click on them. And you can also create an arithmetic quiz, interactive charts, dialog cards, drag and drop, find the hotspot, and interactive video is a good one. Some other coaches created interactive video, you will see them. And after my presentation, if I'm not mistaken, Timmerling is going to share his object, which is a timeline object. Okay? So now let's say you want to create a drag and drop, and you don't know how you should do it. First of all, after this event, and in the next 3 days, we are here to help you with that. But you will find details on the right side. If you click on that, you can find some useful information here. And if you click on content demo, it takes you to h5p.org, which is the main website of H5P. It is good to know about this website because you can find more examples here, and you can interact with those examples and get, again, some ideas for creating your own object. So all of these are drag and drop. So you can interact with those. Here, for example, we need to match these countries with these flags. You can do that simply. Okay, so this is an H5P object. And if you go down here, under description, we have tutorial here. So you can follow this tutorial to create drag and drop. You may notice you can create free account here, but we do not recommend that because this is a free account and you have some limitations here. And also everything you create here is going to be public. So it is much better for you to use non-H5P resources. Okay. So now let me go back. Okay. So now if I click on drag and drop, it is pretty simple to create drag and drop. You just need to fill some text boxes and upload some images. And of course, we have some settings and options. I came here to talk about display options. Just make sure you always select these two options, and I will show you why you should do that. Okay. So now let me cancel these. Now let's say you already created an H5P object and you have an H5P object in your H5P resources. So this is the object we already saw in the Brightspace, colors and light waves. So you click your own object after creating it. And here on the bottom, we have action bar. And because I already selected those two display options, I have 3 items here. Okay. And this one is rights of use or copyright. If I click on that, here, for example, I downloaded this image from this website. So I try to give credit to this website. So this is what we want to do, right? And the other one is embed. If I click on that, so if you want to embed your object, what you need, just clicking on embed. And then here we have 2 lines of code, which is a link to this object. Make sure you select all and copy it. You can also change the size of object here if you want to make it smaller or larger. So now we go to Brightspace. And let's say you want to, okay. So the first thing we need to do is creating a new file or HTML file. So I click on create a file. So you guys have done this before. And let's call it H5P, again, example. So this can be your lecture, can be a computer lab, can be anything, okay? And you have your content here. Let's say this is your content. And after that, you need a description for a student so they know what is the option, what is the object about, okay? And after this description, so you can see the cursor is here. So I want to embed my object. Here on the left side, insert a stuff. If you click on that, the last one is enter embed code. You click on that and you just paste your code here. That's it. And then next. If you can see a preview of your object here, then we are good to click on insert. If you cannot see it, check here on the bottom. There is a message or link for you, and it's just asking you, do you trust this website? And you say yes and allow, and then you will see it. Click on insert. So now we just embedded the object in Brightspace. So if I save it, you can see it here, okay? So something I want to stress again, by doing this, you are actually providing a link to this object, and the object is here in Mon H5P resources. So what that means if you edit your object here, you will see the changes in Brightspace, which is a good thing because you don't need to embed it again. But at the same time, it can be a bad thing. If you delete it, you won't have it here anymore. So make sure you are careful about that. And that's why if you want to use other people's objects, don't embed it from their resources. What you can do, you can click on reuse, which lets you to copy or download this object. And then I already told you about the upload, and then you go there and upload it and save it. So like this, you have this object in your resources and you can embed it from there. So here, simply, if you want to hide the topic, the whole of topic, you just click on edit and hide topic. And if you want to hide the object, you just click on edit and hide the object. So like this, nobody can see your object and nobody can embed your object. Again, if you have any problems with all of these, we are here to help you. And that's all from me. I hope you find this presentation helpful.
Thank you very much, Ali. Now, Tim Lehin, another tech coach, is going to demonstrate an object that he has created. And once again, if you need help with creating interactive objects for interactive activities for your courses, we'll be able to help not only during this week, but anytime throughout the academic year. Okay, Tim Lehin, over to you now.
Yeah, welcome once again, everybody. And then I'll be sharing what an object that I've created for my discipline, which is geoscience. And I'll go right in. So it's titled Evolution of Life on Earth using the geologic timescale. So the kind of object that I created is called timeline, and it allows you to place like a series of events in a chronological order. So this is a very good object to use if you have a list of events or let me say a list of activities that have occurred or about to occur, and you want it to appear to students. You want to present it to them in a very interactive way. You know, it can be so challenging for students to place activities and their dates together, or to make sure that they are on track of things that happen and try to understand how events evolved. But this object will make it very easy because it just takes students just a scroll to slide across each of the pages of the object to understand it. So why do you have to use it? Like I said earlier, it is very challenging for students to place date and event and make sure that they are together But this object will actually help you not just to present the event and date together, but it also helps you to add additional information, whereby on the object you can create a link, you can add images, you can add additional text. So this will enhance the learning of students. So this is what it looks like on Brightspace. This is the page itself. This is the object itself. So like I said the other time, you can add background object and makes it more beautiful and colorful. And again, you can add links. For instance, I'm trying to inform my students that the information for this object, where the information was gotten from a particular website. So this is a way of letting them know that it's not my original work. So what the students just need to do with it is to first read my instruction. This is a very good aspect of, and a very important aspect of this of using this object, because when you give them an instruction, it makes them understand better what you are trying to communicate in the object. So like this, I said, I would like you to recall that there are two main geologic eons in the geologic time scale. I remember when I was an undergrad, it was very challenging for me to memorize geologic time scale, evolution of life on Earth and all that. But I wish I knew this kind of object. I wish I had known H5P, then it would have made my life a lot easier. Maybe I would have recommended my instructor to make use of it. So here, it's just what the students just need to do is just to go to the next slide. And this is the first thing. I actually made this object in reverse chronological order. So this is the quaternary period of the Cenozoic era. And easily they can go back to the instruction and see what Cenozoic means and the number of years, or let me say how long the event happened into the past. So they understand what happened there. Easily, I can actually place an image within this object, within this particular slide. I didn't do for this one, but would say one very soon. So it's very easy, just slide across, read through. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the student will have like a better understanding of what their instructor is trying to pass across. And again, the student would probably want to dig deeper into each of the information you have placed in each slide. So you can actually create like a reference. So in my own case, I had actually created something for them, like this will lead us to a PDF, and they can also go back to, it's just like a poster that has been created to geologic time scale. So apart from that, I can actually embed a lot of other information in this object, and it makes learning really fun and easy. And then I'll be happy to put anybody through if you want to create this kind of object, and if you have any issues creating one through this event, I will be very, very happy to attend to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tumhin. Now Sarah is going to explain how we will support you during the H5P Create-a-thon during the next several days. And actually, all these kinds of support will be available after.
Okay, hi everyone. So like Marina said, my name is Sarah Keane, and I'm going to just be going over some of the logistics about the event and how you can get support throughout the course of the H5P Create-a-thon. So I'm going to share my screen here now, just so that I can show you what I'm talking about as I go through. So firstly, if you have not already done so, you can still register for an H5P account to be able to create objects. Ali is going to be posting the link in the chat for where you can request access to H5P through Memorial's online access technology support. And technology support will do their best to grant access as soon as possible. So the link will take you to this page, and what you need to do is click on the button Submit Request, and then select the option from the request type of technical support, and then just quickly write, hello, please grant me access to H5P through Memorial. And then you need to select if you are faculty or staff or other or student. And you don't need to select a course or a course number, but you can if you'd like. And then you can set the priority to whichever you'd like. You could set it for high so that you can get it as soon as possible to be able to access H5P during the Create-a-thon. And then you click save and that will submit your request. Secondly, CITL's learning technology coaches will be available throughout the week during indicated time slots to answer your questions. And so that schedule is posted within the H5P Create-a-thon course shell. And it says here the schedule so that you can click on that and into the HTML file. And you're able to access anybody who is a learning technology coach from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, except for Thursday from 2 until 3 when we will be having our show and tell event. And Ali will be posting the link for the course shell and how to register for the course. And like I mentioned, on March 11th, this Thursday, from 2 until 3 p.m., we are hosting an H5P Objects show and tell, where you can share any objects that you have created and see what other instructors have created for their course. Ali will be posting another link in the chat to the registration page for the H5P Create-a-thon show and tell event. And so you're still able to register for that. And it's an open event from 2 until 3, and we'll just share what we've been creating throughout this week. So during the course of the event, those who are registered will be able to access this course shell, the H5P Create-a-thon course shell, through your own personal Brightspace account. This course shell offers some examples of H5P objects that can be used within a course. Like I mentioned, our assistance is available from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. from March 8th to March 11th. During this time period, a WebEx room will be held where you will be able to be put in touch with learning technology coaches and will be able to answer any questions or concerns you might have. Every day, the WebEx room link is posted on the course homepage within the H5P Create-a-thon course shell and will give you direct access to us. So as you can see here on the right-hand side, there's the widget for the calendar, and every day there is an event posted, and you're able to click on that and you can join the meeting from there. The other option is if you're running into difficulties, you can go up to the menu page up here, and under communications, there's the option for WebEx. If you click there, a list of all of the meetings from 10 a.m. till 5 a.m. are available, and you can simply join by clicking the join button. If you would prefer to have a learning technology coach be in contact with you without video or audio, you just want to send us a message, there's 3 ways within the Brightspace course shell that you're able to do so. So there's the mail option here, where you can email us through Brightspace and send us a message if you would like help. There's also the option for instant messenger, which is through communications, and then you go just underneath WebEx to instant messenger, and you can send us a question or concern. And there's also the option for a chat, which is the first option under communication, where you click on that and you can create a chat with one of the learning technology coaches. Furthermore, if participants in this event can also choose to work together to create an H5P object, which we highly encourage. It would be really interesting to see what multiple people come up with together. And Ali is also providing another link in the chat to the CITL resources page for H5P, which is here, which gives you an overview of what an H5P object is, and also a tutorial for how to create what is called a hotspot object, and there's also a bunch of other resources available to you to learn more about H5P and to help you through creating objects. Now, to let you experience one of the interactive learning tools offered by H5P, we've also created a short quiz within the Brightspace course shell that you will be able to access today and to test your knowledge. So for that, you just go under course content. And if you scroll down, there's a folder called quiz. And if you open that, you're able to start the quiz. And that is all for me today. I'm passing it along to Sepide, and she will share her own object.
Hi, my name is Sapida, and so I just want to introduce the quick quiz that we designed for you to have some hands-on on the some features in the H5P. If you go to the Create-a-thon shell, there's quiz section, as I mentioned, and you can have some experience with the question set features. We designed this quiz with the question set feature in the Brightspace. These features include lots of other features that are available in the H5P, but you can find all of those in the question sets as well. For example, true and false, multiple choice questions, fill in the blank, drag and drops, and so on. And the quiz is just very simple about the general history and present state of the Memorial University. And as my friends mentioned, if you need any help or any support, or you want to design something like that, you can just ask us to help you. And for now, if I'm not sure if you can take that quiz now, but if you want, it is just very short and it will take 1 to 2 minutes to be done.
Sebede, maybe while the participants are getting to the H5P Create-a-thon Brightspace course site, maybe you can take the quiz and keep demonstrating your screen just to lead the participants through the stages and see what students, how students would interact with it. Yeah, okay, thank you.
So I just want to. So in the quiz part, as I mentioned, for the quiz, just by clicking the start the quiz would start, and then I just had a couple of questions. For example, the first one is a true and false. So I put the checkbox here, but if you want, you can avoid that, and at the end put the checkbox. For example, here is about the general history of the Memorial University. Memorial University College was named for the tribute to Newfoundlanders who died in the World War I. And then, which I know that this answer is true, so I just want to answer that, which is 1/1, which was, yeah. And the next one is a multiple choice question. And again, the question is very simple. And then I know that this is the question, answer, and that's it. And the question number 3 is the drag and drop. So, for example, in your course, you can have your own pictures. So, because in this one, I just wanted to make it simple for this event. So, for the drag and drop, just simply drag the name of the building or anything, and then check that. And then the last one, I think that's the last question, would be drag the numbers. For, in my case, it's the numbers, but it can be drag the words to the right blank space. For example, at Memorial University, there are more than 19,000 students from over 115 countries. And
Sebede, can you make a mistake intentionally to show what the students will see if they make a mistake? Thank you.
For example, as you mentioned, there are at Memorial there are more than 1,900, which is a correct answer, from over 100 1,000 countries, which is a wrong answer. So if we check, which means that this two is wrong and the first one was right. And if the student wants, they can retry that, but you can, if you want to just give them one time try, you can just avoid that one for retry. And then finishing the quiz, and the results available, and the solution part, so you can see the right answers. For example, for question number 4, we that I answered not answered the right question, there would be some suggestion for the right answers. So that's it. And whenever you want, you can just try it in the Create-a-thon show.
Thank you very much, Sepide. I hope everybody has access to the H5P Create-a-thon Brightspace course site, so you can have a look at, as I said at the beginning, you can have a look at some examples of interactive activities that we have created and CITL staff members have created. We have all the instructions there. We have the schedule of the event there. And as Sarah mentioned, feel free to email us through this site, or you can email me. My email is there as well, or you can use the chat function in the Brightspace course site. So we'll be constantly monitoring that as well from 10 to 5 throughout the whole event. Okay, I guess then we will wrap this up. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating. Learning technology coaches, thank you very much for your presentations. And in about 10 minutes, we'll take this 10-minute break today. So in about 10 minutes at 11, we'll have 3 tech coaches available. So if you go to the Brightspace site and then click on a WebEx room link, so there will be 3 coaches available to discuss your ideas. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.